Hello, how's it going? You have Mr. Help One More who strives to help one more mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. I'm about to go over this form W-4 with you and another sheet of paper from the IRS actual website. And I'm not going to go over the whole W-4 because I'm not trained on how to fill out the W-4. I'm just showing you that the government does actually say you have permission to change your W-4 whenever situations change in your life. You know, I speak a lot on income shifting, adjusting your W-4, keeping your money, investing, knocking out debt. And a lot of people think when I get to talking about the W-4 and changing it, they get to saying, they start getting skeptical and they start thinking it's a scam. They'd be like, well, I don't want to mess with my W-4. They're just the way we've been conditioned to look at the W-4 because a lot of people have got in trouble for for fraud with the W-4, which means, they'll change the W-4, but they didn't change it the right way or they didn't have the right type of documentation that they needed to keep the W-4 adjusted. But what we teach you to do is correctly adjust it. But I'm just going to show you how the government is basically telling you to income shift, which is the same thing that I'm being taught. I'm in a financial program that teaches how to legally income shift our money. And so what they're teaching me, I'm basically teaching you. And what you can do is learn and basically teach someone else. And that's how we all can help one more achieve financial success. Okay, check this out. Okay, as you can see right here, we have a W-4, and you all know this is the sheet of paper that you fill out when you first get hired on at a job. You turn it in to the HR, and you're basically telling them how much money to keep or how much money to not keep. And this is what it is. Okay, as you see right here, we're going to look at the purpose of the W-4. Let's read what it said. It said purpose. Complete form W-4 so that your employer can withhold the correct federal income tax from your pay. Consider completing a new form W-4 each year and when your personal or financial situation changes. As you can see, it says consider completing a new form W-4 each year and when your personal or financial situation changes. So that means you can change this as much as you want. You don't have to fill it out one time, then leave it like that for the rest of your life. A lot of people have been on their jobs for 2 or 3 plus years, and they still have the W-4 filled out the same exact way. Y'all done had many crises. Some that got married, some that got divorced, some that opened up home-based business, some have started, brick and mortar business, and their W-4 is still the same. So the government is telling you to change that as a financial situation change. Okay. Now, let's go to this other documentation from the IRS, Internal Revenue Service, IRS.gov website. As you can see, this was updated back in April of 2005. April of 2005. That's 12 years ago, right? So let's see what it says. Where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or purse. When you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck, or you make an estimated tax payment for the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. Then it goes on to say, you might be using the extra withholding as a forced savings method, but Uncle Sam doesn't pay interest on refunds except in special circumstances. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debt may be a better option. Now, they are saying when you tell your employer how much to withhold from your check, from your paycheck, it said that's about $40 a week too much. Now, this was back in April of 2005. Here we are in 2017. So that $40 right there, probably 10 times is just as much. And so it's saying that's about $40 a week too much. Basically saying you probably overpaying $40 a week in taxes. What they recommend, putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. And what I say income shifting is, lower your taxes to keep most of that money to knock out debt. They saying the same thing. They're just not using the word income shift. So for you to think that for you to be skeptical about it or thinking it's a scam, I'm showing you how the IRS, it's a Internal Revenue Service, IRS.gov. You can go to their website, .gov, and you can look this stuff up yourself. It says, put it in money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. Uncle Sam is basically telling you what to do. He's telling you you're overpaying. Adjust your W-4 correctly, fill it out correctly, get that extra money and apply it toward debt. Because when you don't and you pay over, you overpay throughout the year, just say you pay over $100 a month. That's $1,200 you have paid. And when you file, we all know that you're not going to get the same. You're not going to get that full $1,200. It'll be, some of that. And so that's why some of us have to go out and carry or have to borrow people's children, and file them on our taxes so we can get that full $1,200 back. And then we'll pay whoever, a couple of hundred to, for letting us do that because we're coming out on top. Well, when you income shift, you no longer have to borrow people's kids. You don't have to borrow people's children to get more back because once you adjust your W-4, you now have business deductions that you claim that will give you the same amount of money back as if you had a couple of children. And so I just want to go over that with you and just show you how it is legal for you to change your W-4. And I'm going to show you once again. It says, where does your refund come from? It comes from your wallet or purse. When you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck, you telling them how much to withhold from your paycheck. It say for the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. You might be using the extra withholding as a forced savings method. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. This is what we teach. This is what I'm being taught. This is what the people teaching me is being taught. And this is what I'm teaching. And this is what you should also be teaching. This is what we call financial empowerment, financial education. I'm striving to help one more person correctly adjust the W-4 to what it's supposed to be. Take that extra money. Let's knock out some debt. Let's boost our credit scores. And then after that, let's start knocking out debt. Let's knock out our house mortgage, our car notes, the credit card. Just think real quick before I end it. Just think about this real quick. If they taking out $100 a month, we're going to keep it just like that, $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year, right? Because it's 12 months in a year. They're taking out $1,200 a year. Say you paying $25 a month. You're paying $25 a month on a credit card and you owe $1,500. Now we know it's going to take you a couple of years to pay off that $1,500, right? Hold on. Let me turn the camera around. Hold on. Okay. Now we know it's going to take more. It's going to take more than a year to knock out that $1,500 because you're only paying $25 a month. You do the calculation. Every 4 months, that's $100. It's 12 months in a year, so that's 4, 8, 12. So that's only $300 a month you paying toward their credit card. So it's going to take a couple of years. That's what, 5 years? Now, say that you income shift. After you income shift, we sit down, we adjust your W-4. Now, just say you getting back an extra $100 a month. Just an extra $100 a month. You take that $100 and apply it to that $25 debt that you're paying every month. You pay the $25, right? And then after that, you pay $100 to the principal. So in 12 months, you've been to pay an extra $1,200. So now that debt, that credit card that you're paying on, whatever it is, that you owe $1,500 to, that was going to take you about 5 years to knock it out, or 4 years, whatever to knock it out. You basically just knocked it out in a year and a couple of months. A year and a couple of months to knock out what was going to take 4 or 5 years to knock out. See, that's how you start boosting your credit. That's how you start knocking out your debt, eliminating your debt. And that's how you also start working your way toward emergency funds. So when you start to invest, you want to have an emergency fund built up. And that's something that we'll go over later on. But you want to have an emergency fund. So when you start to invest, you'll have the emergency fund to fall back on just in case things don't happen like they should, or a tragic situation happen to where you may possibly lose your job. You'll be ahead of the game. So that's why it's very important to income shift. And like I said, this is what we're teaching. This is what we're learning. So whenever you have a chance, get with me. More than likely, you probably have my number. Shoot me a text, call me. Let's set up a time. Inbox me, holler at me or whatever, and let's get together and start knocking out this debt.